Welcome guys, this is Edwin and today we're going to be talking about the Persian Tactical Folder by Emerson knives, and this is the production version of the Persian. Also, you might see people refer to it as the P-Tac because of how it's named in the stamp as well, okay? And the 5-second summary is that this is probably one of the most badass, sexy knife all in one package together, okay? Obviously you can do with this whatever you need to do with a knife, and it has all the curves to be a great slasher, stabber, going through material, fighting, any of that, okay? That's the, quick summary of it. But let's talk a little bit about it. This knife, it looks like Ernie was doing some fixed blades back in the day for Bosnia as personal defense weapons, that they had the Persian style, and he always wanted to move further with it and do some folders. One thing I found was that going through USN, and you can see this in the USN forum, is that there's a half moon pre-tac Persian, and there are pictures of it there, that it tells you that there was a folder done in the 80s or 90s that looks just like this, but obviously it's a pre-tac model, meaning pre-tactical, so it has all the beautiful pearl and satin finishes, hand satin finish and all that, and it's a half moon logo. Again, if you are part of the USN, feel free to go and look at that. It's stunning, okay? So that's really interesting that we have this model as a pre-tac, and now, it got, kind of converted and inspired after those fixed blades that were done in the 90s by Ernie, okay? And now, let's talk and compare this knife with the CQC 7B. Like you can see, it's a big knife. We're talking about a 4.1 inch blade length and overall 9.6 inches, okay? And one thing I should say about the Persian from Emerson knives, sorry, is that this Persian follow all the right curves, okay? You see sometimes some folders that are called Persians, and here we have a Tenacious, and you will see that it has the right curves on the blade, that swept on that blade, and then the handle change the order of that natural S shape of a classic Persian. And you can see that Emerson knife did not compromise on that. You have perfect lines, perfect curves, and that's what make it really sexy to me, and obviously really ergonomic as well. And this is a comparison with the Buck 110. Okay. So again, a big knife, 4.1 inch. And construction, this is the latest one that they release. And this is one of those knives that is pretty difficult to find out there because it's always in high demand. And the first production was actually in 2002 for the ECA, or the Emerson Collector Association Group, okay? And then in 2003, they released an official production version of the Persian, and that went super fast. So you will notice that Emerson Knives goes and put this knife in limited quantities every now and then, and that's when I was able to grab this one. And I don't, probably 3 or 4 years ago, if I remember correctly, or 2 years ago, I don't know. Now it has this satin, beautiful satin finish. You will see also some with the black finish, and also looks great. It's a V-grind with a chisel edge, and this thing is just pure badass, no question about it. Again, this is probably one of my favorite fighters. It's very natural in the hand. Look at that handle, the classic Emerson construction. In this case, you have the stand-ups that they started doing lately on their models. and the classic G10 for the handles, okay? Be aware, I even seen some custom versions by Ernie Emerson that he have this crazy switch right here, and it's like, oh, it looks amazing. In terms of ergonomics, you know, what can I say, man? This is excellent ergonomics, no question about it. You can handle it here very naturally. You can even go back if you need to, and it just feels good, okay? Obviously, this grip feels excellent, like every fighting knife. This grip feels very, very natural as well. No hot spots. All these curves just melt in your hand, okay? And one fun fact as well is that this is one of those knives that Mr. Ed Calderon used to carry a lot in the border, you know, for the stuff he was doing, let's just say that. And one of his favorite blades as well. So, you know, it's one of those knives that has been proven. And again, you know, you can use it for, you know, for whatever you want. You know, it will do whatever task you ask for it. Let's see how this baby carries, okay? And of course, it's a long blade, no question about that. But let me tell you, surprisingly enough, it carries very well for me. I have no problem carrying the Persian in the pockets. You know, that's how it carries, perfect. There's no wave in this model. There is, I think if I remember correctly, there was a prototype with a wave at one time. And I think, yeah, there was a prototype with a wave, but normally the Persian comes with no wave on it. And again, if you are more into deep carry pockets, right, it will ride that high on the pockets, okay? And again, this blade is probably one of the sexiest, oh my God, you know, crazy looking, excellent curves knife, you know, and when you are using it for whatever task, it just feels great. This is the PTAC production version by Emerson Knives, and I highly recommend it for your collection, okay? Well, guys, that's all I got today. Feel free to put any comments on Instagram, Facebook groups, USN forums, you know, if you want to see some of those custom and classic data about the Persian, you will definitely see pictures on those, and even the fixed blade that this was inspired from, and that pre-tag that it looks very, very similar to these curves that this production Persian has. So again, feel free to contact me through Instagram, follow me, and comments on YouTube and all that. Thank you for watching, guys.